Man, what a beautiful table this turned out to be. I'm so happy with this table. But let me tell you what, this was not an easy job. I don't know if you've ever worked with resin, epoxy resin, it's quite a nightmare. Not only is it really messy, but it's also actually quite bad for you. So you have to wear a respirator and you have to wear gloves. Okay, you don't want that stuff touching you. And yeah, it's very tricky. It's got a mind of its own, and if your surface that you're using is not perfectly level, you're in trouble. And this is actually what happened with this table. Although I took the level and I put the level on, it said it was level, but it can still be out a couple of degrees, and maybe even the table was sunken in a bit in the middle. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about that, but it did give me a really hard time, and I did spend a good couple of hours on this job, even though this video is only 4 minutes long. Okay, so what you can see I'm doing is I am working with the heat gun. I've got my base coat down, and I've got my pigmented tinted resin colors, and I'm now using the heat gun, and I'm trying to get them to meld together and give me a nice sort of like an acrylic pour effect. But the problem is that my blue, dark blue, had been sitting a lot longer than the other colors, which I mixed up a little bit later, and so the blue was really stuck to you can see, to the base. So I had to tip it. But then I got the hairdryer out, and this seemed to really help me push everything aside. So I think I managed to save it, but I was at a point there where I was starting to really freak out. Okay, this is new to me, and it's very difficult to manipulate the resin in cold conditions, so that's why I was using the heat gun. You can't see me using the heat gun, but I was using the heat gun in between almost every sort of action that I was doing. So now I'm just trying to lay down some more blue. I wanted it to be a bold, striking table. At the moment it's looking a bit wishy-washy, you know. And so I got some more dark blue mixed up, a new batch of resin that I stirred up and mixed in some acrylic paints. It's the first time I managed to get it to work for me. You just have to get your ratio right. And I'm going to add on the gold. I thought, let's get some striking metallic gold onto there. Really still not sure what I'm doing. I'm just sort of winging it at this point. But I know this color combination works. So now I'm going to take a stick, and I'm going to carefully, or not so carefully, I'm going to just drag some detail and hopefully mix some of the colors in, and hope for it to turn out okay. Yeah, let's at least the hard work is done at this point. You get to just sort of tweak it a little bit, but you can see how the resin is sort of crashing towards one side. Anyway, that's just how this table's going to look. So it's fine. It's art. You know, I've said before, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It is whatever it is. As long as you like it, then, hey, it doesn't matter, really. That's my motto. Yeah, anyway, so I tried with the heat gun just to stretch it a bit back, but I could see that's not going to happen. Let's just stick to what we're doing. Go with it. Yep, and have a few spectators popping through the living room, the cats, the husbands, and I'm just working off the kitchen, actually, off my living room as well. One of these days I'm going to get a studio. I keep saying that, but it's going to happen, guys, and then, wow, it's going to be incredible. Anyway, I'm just going over, trying to get a little bit more gold down on the edges. I don't like the way it's looking blurry, but hey, this is how it turned out, and I think this is where you have to say, okay, shall I stop or carry on? Anyway, I stopped. Look at that shimmering gold, guys. Isn't it just stunning? Oh, I don't know. I love it. I love it. So pretty. Wow. Okay, didn't turn out like I expected, but you know what? I really like it. I think it looks super. Thanks for watching, and please, please subscribe.